Is the Truman Show good? Yes. It is a great movie. And I am gonna say it is my favorite movie of all time. I know this is weird, it's random, but I'm gonna give the story like how the first time I watched it and the reasons why. This was a movie I watched because of TikTok. I'm gonna be honest. So I look for the movie, I see it's on a streaming platform that I have, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. And honestly, this movie was so entertaining, so fun, and so interesting to watch. Now, it's not the most special movie. It's not the most crazy out there movie. It's not like Shawshank Redemption where it's going to make you think and be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. No, it's just a good movie. It's very interesting, and there's so many questions about the movie that you can always ask. Now, if you don't want spoilers, I'd click off now because I'm just going to get into spoilers. So the movie starts off, we're introduced to Truman. I think this is really cool because honestly, the Truman Show, I really wish I would have went into this movie not knowing anything about it because I really wish how long it'd take me to figure out that he's in a show. I think that'd be very cool, very interesting, but sadly, I think that'd be really cool. I think to find a person to not know if like what's going on, just watching the movie for the movie, and see how long it takes them to figure out that Truman is in a TV show before like they actually showed the people and everything like that. So I thought that was so that's what I was saying. But anyway, we're introduced to Truman. He seems like an easy go and easy guy. He goes to work every day at a job he doesn't like, and he does some weird things. But Truman is a very likable character. He's very well acted by Jim Carrey too. This is something that definitely helped Jim Carrey's career out a lot. That he wasn't just doing comedy. He definitely took a huge step from this movie. And I know he talked about it too. Like he wanted to do this movie, but he was like working on another project. But he was able to do it. Also, something interesting: the actor who was like playing the headman who was like looking over Truman the whole time. Apparently, like he was either younger or like a year older than Jim Carrey, but they like put makeup on him to make him look older. So I thought that was really interesting. But anyway, we get into the movie. We really don't realize how that he's in a TV show till later. There's obviously a lot of questions, a lot of weird things going on in this world. And also the world looks really good in my opinion. I don't know where this is at, where it was located, where they filmed it, but it looks pretty good. Anyway, we're introduced to the town. He just walks through town. He drives to work. A light falls. He looks at that. It's explained through the radio how something was falling, whatever it may be. A plane. I think that's what they say it was. But Truman, we're also introduced that he just wants to travel. He wants to get away. And the way they overcome this is by having his dad die in a boat, which is also later in the story, which I think is really cool and really interesting that they're able to do that. That's like the reason why Truman's not able to go away, move away from the town, because he really wants to. He wants to go on a trip. He wants to do things, but he's scared of water, so he can't. But we get to the point of Truman, like in this movie, where he's just doesn't care anymore. Like in the car scene when he's with his quote unquote wife, and how he's like driving around, and then he has to go over the bridge and he just closes his eyes and then makes her hold the wheel and he steps on the gas. We definitely see this huge leap in his character. And honestly, I wish this is a point where I wish this was a TV show. I feel like if this was a TV show, this idea could be really fully realized and really like grow with the character, see how he grows, and then see how he gets to this point. I think it'd be very interesting to build the backstory with that. And this is also another take I'd have to say. It might be later, but this is why I like TV shows a little bit more than movies, is because we're able to really appreciate the characters so much more with a TV show. But anyway, this then I kind of just skimming through it, not really talking about like plot for plot points. I think the most interesting thing about this movie is that you don't know when Truman figures it out. I still don't know if the directors came out and said that's something I haven't looked into this movie about. But I think that's something I've really, really like looked in the movie and really have looked and seen to see if he like ever like truly like knows. He knows something's up. I think the moment where he figures it out is when he's on the bridge with his best friend. And the reason why, and it wasn't like anything with the conversation necessarily, but the way he laughs at one of his jokes, it's like, but he like puts on the persona of like believing him and laughing about it. I think that is when he figures it out. There's also so many other little details that just popped in my head when his friend's like loading the vending machine. Then he's like taking out chocolate bars at the same time and then loading them back in just to make the scene last longer. I think that's also really interesting. I think just the premise of it, it's just way ahead of his time, the movie too. Like when it came out, I feel like this movie should definitely be already a cult classic, but it's not just because like of the time it came out. I feel like it's just really interesting and really cool. It's just a great movie. And I just love because it's so relatable to coming over your fears, being able to see like, hey, I need to take this step, make this leap, and then my life can change. And that's him beating a sphere of water. I think that's huge and think that's really, really cool how he's able to do that. And how we're like, it's very relatable in a sense. Like, in any sense of the way, coming over your fears, pushing through, even what everybody's telling you, they're saying that you're wrong, you're not true, you're crazy. It doesn't matter as long as you believe in it enough and you know in yourself and in your heart, hey, this is right, this is true. I need to be a true man to myself and make this final leap. And that's what he does. He's able to discover, and then he's able to move on. And I like how he's able to, and the reason one of the motivations this is for him is because of a girl he saw and how they took him away. And it's also just a weird scene and how they took her away. She's a crazy person, so they explain it to him. And just how, just the little details that make this movie up on rewatch. And you're not really necessarily watching the movie itself on rewatch. You're looking for the clues and the context, and you're able to appreciate and enjoy the movie more and more and more each time you watch it. And it's also kind of fucked how his like original wife was like, the Truman Show, it's more like a lifestyle, or like it's not like it's like a hobby or something. I forget what she says at the start. It's blanking me for some reason. I think it's really fucked up. It's like supposed to hint at like how they don't look at Truman as a person. They more so look at him as a thing. You know what I mean? It's just very interesting. So yeah, I really wish, and honestly I hope that some talented people turn this into a TV show. Obviously having some differences from the original, and just inspired from the Truman Show. I think that'd be really interesting. Like have like multiple people not knowing that this is not real. I think that'd be very, very, very interesting. It's almost like Severance. I think Severance kind of hints at that. I haven't been able to watch Severance. Sadly, I don't have Apple TV, and I'm not paying for another. I'm not paying for that. So, but anyway, I think that's kind of what it gets at. But I'm saying like in a sense where they are trapped in a bubble, but like with more people not knowing. I think that'd be really interesting, and like seeing how long it'd go on, and how I think that'd be really cool and really interesting. So yeah, that's honestly not too much else to add. This movie's great. It's an easy 9.5 out of 10. Again, it's just so entertaining. It's so fun to watch, and it has comedic moments. It has some honestly heart-wrenching moments. It's just a very good movie at the end of the day. So yeah, that's really about it. As always, have a great day.